Hi everyone. I'm Mateo, and I like to draw. I wouldn't normally be doing this, but my sister Izzy has challenged me to share my art, or something. Anyway, in these videos, I will show you how I draw some stuff, and hopefully it will inspire you to do the same. You can draw along if you feel like it, so get a pencil out, or something. This is Draw with Mateo. Today we will be drawing what I like to call the Monster Muncher. It's kind of a cross between a car and a crocodile. Pretty wild and weird. A monster truck, I guess. Let's start with the head, using basic shapes. A circle. The jaws come out this way. Just straight lines for now. A big open mouth. I'm adding a bit of curved lines here, so you can already see it's starting to look like the mouth of a crocodile. Some big eyebrows, mostly just a rectangle. And a half circle below it as the eye. Another half circle inside it, that's the eyeball. Color that in. Notice I draw with a light touch, so the lines aren't dark. I'll be going over them again later when we have a good feel of the entire thing. Let's get some teeth in there. They are nasty, crooked, and uneven. Big teeth, little teeth. It's fun to put the big and the small ones next to each other. Then you can really feel like it will hurt if it bites. Some in the upper mouth. Again, small ones and big ones. That's the tip of the nose. I'm pretty happy with this for now, so let's move on. As I said, this thing is weird. The head is attached to a car. Yeah, I know, right? We will start simple again, just rectangles becoming a box shape. That will become the side of the car. And another box on top. These are the windows. Still just drawing it loose. A bit of detail here, engine block. It really helps to have a toy car to look at while you're doing this, by the way. Then you can look at it from all sides and angles. I'm sure you have one. I think everyone does. You can pause the video to go and get one if you want. Down here is where the wheels will go. Adding a few details. Side mirror, windows, and see how I'm not erasing anything? Just drawing on top of it. I'm drawing really light, so when I draw over it later with a darker pen, these lines won't matter much. It doesn't matter that this looks a bit messy at this point. This is called drawing through. You just draw over everything you already have. No need to erase anything. The wheels are oval shapes. Add some tire pattern to them. Nothing fancy. And again, weird. Legs come out of the wheels. I draw these with basic tube shapes. And a triangle for the feet. 2 legs here. I am adding some high-speed wings to the car. Cooper really likes those. I will add the other legs on the other side of the car. And now, the tail. A quick curved line. Nice and loose. Use a big motion to get that sweeping line. You can't really do it using just your wrist. Now, I will add some spikes to the tail. Starting with big ones, and then have them become smaller but longer. So they taper off. So, now the sketch is done. And I can start refining it, which is basically going over it again but pressing harder with the pen or pencil, if you're drawing along, whatever you're using. So just talking a bit about this monster muncher, you see, Cooper always dream crafts mechanical things. Often he creates this red car, and he's becoming better and better at it. Sometimes it even has a laser cannon on the back. But I have never seen him make anything like a creature or animal. So how do we get to this? That's where Logan comes in. Now, Logan never got his hourglass, so he can't dreamcraft in the same way Izzy, Cooper, or I can. But when he and Cooper work together, he can somehow channel himself into what Cooper dreamcrafts. And then it becomes so much more awesome and beastly. I think they call it dream bashing. Pretty fierce. Anyway, drawing over it again with darker lines. Just redrawing the lines I really like and adding a bit more shape and detail to it. Also, cross-hatching to color in some stuff. Keeping it loose. I think there's a real charm to keeping drawings fast and loose sometimes. Just make sure you are happy with the sketch, and then the rest is just going through the motions again and being a bit more critical. Not much to say here. I just hope that you see this thing, which actually looks kind of complicated, isn't that bad when you break it down into smaller parts. The claws on the feet are pretty much just triangles, so some of those for each foot. One of the keys to drawing is to make it simple first. Just triangles. On the tail, I will add this sort of blocky pattern. Crocodiles have scales, so this gives some feeling of that. Just some random blocks in here, color those in, mostly random, just have fun. I'll do some of the same to the legs. No rules. And for the legs in the background, really simple. Just gonna darken those a bit like they're in shadow. And now just finishing off a bit. Again with some darker lines. Adding a bit of that scaly pattern here. Adding small details like I do here is mostly just a feeling. Look at the entire drawing and do a bit more work on stuff that you think needs more attention. You can erase some of the lines if you want to, like I do on the head here. But you'll notice that they're harder to see now because of the darker lines. The darker lines win. Sometimes I like to leave the sketch marks, as it just adds a bit of history and personality to it. Doesn't he look cool? It's good to throw a little shadow on the ground so it feels like he's just not floating in midair. It also adds some weight to what you're drawing. Just really loose. A bit of grass, stones. There he is, fierce. Well, I hope you liked that, or at least felt just a little inspired to try it out yourself. Izzy has told me to say this. Your art doesn't need to be perfect, just as long as you have fun doing it and you like it yourself. Join me in another video for another drawing. There, Izzy! I did it! Are you happy now?